Yeah.
I didn't mean to cut you off. That narrow strip of property there, your access road goes through. My property borders that property to the north. That's presently zoned residential. How much can you proceed with this project before that's rezoned, if it's rezoned?
That is part of the application, that would be rezoned at the same time.
The application applies for, it asks for rezoning of some land and
Right.
amendment of the general plan.
Right.
My question is, can this proceed without the rezoning of that property?
I don't know. I don't know that answer, but I know that we requested all that to be done.
And my second question is, how much is this project dependent on the approval of raising the dam?
That
Is that part of
is
the,
not part of this project.
not part of it?
It would certainly, it could certainly supply any kind of project that needs crushed stone, but.
So
that's
this
not
isn't
part of it.
something in advance of maybe the approval of that?
And the reason that we've owned this property for 32 years is just the fact that we have great transportation. We have access to Interstate 5, and we also have access to the Union Pacific Railroad. And there are very, very few sites you'll find in California that have that access. That's a real advantage for the settlers. And you know, you just don't duplicate those kind of transportation advantages in many locations. And you have to have a deposit of rock that's available, that's of high quality, and that was the other thing. We had geologists, we've had geologists for many years in the company, and that was their mission, was to find in Northern California a good hard rock deposit that had good transportation, and this is the spot they found and we were able to purchase. This is the railroad. All construction, except for the access road, all construction is on the west side of the railroad. Nothing on the east side. That remains undeveloped on our property. And so essentially, all the development is in that area on the west side of the railroad.
You say it's a great distance in, it's not for the people that live there. I live on
Yeah,
Flintstone
right,
Avenue, it's
right,
really close
yeah.
to my home.
Yeah, the road's close to your home, yeah.
Well, so is
Yeah,
the
So
sign.
is
I
the,
think if we were to use something that put the location of the quarry in context, that we were pointing, I think everybody remembers the general area we were pointing to, yeah, that's a good mile from 5, which is that road way over to the right. But where the south quarry is much less than half that distance to the nearest cluster.
It is. It's about,
and the vibration
it's about
alone.
a half mile from the south pit to the nearest
Resident.
Yeah,
And how far from the south pit to the city limit?
about a half mile. Maybe a little less. Maybe a little less
Yeah, I think
to the
so.
city limit. Yeah,
What-
but there's no resident there.
What sort of earth burning or mitigation measures are planned along the railroad track there?
Well, right now, because of the topography, the railroad's actually the high point, and so this area is, on this side is a little lower. You have this this hill that screens some of the plant and the railroad that we're not disturbing, and we actually have to avoid that so that we can put a rail siding in. So we go around that hill, that would remain, and tie back into the railroad.
Now, the rail siding that I saw depicted, I think, on another map in another place, showed a number of side tracks.
Yeah, just
Four?
like that.
A
Yeah,
large,
Up here.
pardon me?
those are various.
Yeah, there's
tracks.
three
Yeah, I
there.
thought I remembered seeing like
This
you know,
is the
six
only-
or 8 side tracks.
This is the only
over a-
design we got here. That's it.
This is the final
That's it.
design?
Yeah, yeah. That's the only one we've had.
Why was that changed from what you had earlier?
We haven't changed it. All of it's on our property. The main line is the Union Pacific property and easement, so we just connect on each end with the EPA.
So I'm imagining that
So-
I saw something with more sidings than in the earlier version.
I don't know what you saw, but
Okay.
this is
Right.
our design. The way the rail business would work is they would, the railroad would deliver empty cars to the site, and they would pick up loads. They would not be moving cars around the site or switching. They would just, leave the empties and pick up the loads and return back onto the main line.
How would 3M move those rail cars?
With their own
Their own locomotives?
Yes, right.
That would be stationed there all the
It would
time?
be a permanent.
That's what,
fixture
okay,
there, yeah.
thank you.
I have another question. We talk about mining activity. I'm very familiar with all aspects of mining activity. We don't have a site in this county that operates at this magnitude 24 hours a day. Now, the moving of the railroad cars, heavy equipment, all of that, that's going to be a 24-hour operation straight?
The only 24-hour operation is that because of the railroad schedule, it's possible that they might come leave the cars and pick up cars at night. We wouldn't be loading at night, but we would
Would
be,
be staging, blowing horns,
they
staging?
would be picking up cars at night and possibly leaving.
The plant would operate till 10 p.m. That is the night, right?
It's not 24 hours. but
Okay,
it is.
okay.
Well, they stated in an earlier report that this was a 24-hour day, 7-day-a-week
Right,
operation. I'm just
right.
asking what,
That's, the rail is
Right.
24/7.
Okay.
Because of the rail schedule.
there will be
They-
staging trains.
The
and-
rail schedule changes, so, it might be day, it might be night.
But the operation, the processing operation, batch plants,
That'd be-
recycle, all that would be shut down at 10 o'clock and not open till 6?
Correct.
Or something similar
Well,
to
yeah,
that?
it's in the hour, those.
Right, that's,
times, yeah.
I got
Another
that. Right.
They keep referring to pits, north pit, south pit.
Yep.
In an earlier meeting I went to, they said that this was actually gonna go 900 vertical feet up the side of the mountain, so it's not necessarily a pit that's not visible. This is gonna be very visible.
So the pit, the bowl-shaped pit would be the south,
The south.
the south pit. The north pit is more of a stair step down.
Like we
down
go up the
side.
mountain.
Yeah.
On
Be
the
terraced.
west side.
Yeah.
It'd be very visible.
Okay, you'd have
That would have the more visibility because it is stair step down from the ridge.
200 to 300 feet at least.
It
From
said
what
nine-
Uh,
side?
yeah,
Something like that.
the entire side would not be visible because of other obstacles, but the top of it
Right.
would be.
Well, the report said 900 vertical feet, that's why I brought it up.
Yeah, yeah, and that's correct, that's correct. It wouldn't all be visible, but yeah, it is 900 feet from top to bottom.
Be very, very, very quiet.